I don't know what's wrong with people today in the world, especially here in our country. Um, they believe that they or their friends or their relatives are going to be kicked out of the country. And I don't think they're looking at the bigger picture. Right now, ICE is going after criminals. Um, People that do bad things to other people. And unless we get these bad people away from our country and back to where they came from, the prisons that they came from, nothing's going to change. It's only going to get worse. But yet, these people seem to think that by protesting with flags from other countries, but saying that America sucks and that the president can go F himself and that the people from America suck, holding flags from their own country that they love so much. It just doesn't make any sense to me because if you love your country, then go back to it and make it like the United States is. Make it a great place to be, a great place to live, a great place to work, a great place to raise your children in, a great place to have families in. But no, you choose to come to the United States, which has every protection for human rights in the world, but yet you try to downplay the United States, destroy the United States. You come over here and steal and suck off of the system and suck off the taxpayers instead of getting yourself a job and paying taxes yourself and doing it yourself, because that's what the United States was built on, people doing it themselves. The government and the citizens, the working class tax paying citizens, we don't want to support people that are criminals, much less support people that come over here and live off of the system and live off of hardworking tax paying people, the citizens. If you want to come and stay in our country, you got to do it the right way and do it the way that every immigrant had done it since the beginning of the United States of America, and that is to do the paperwork, stand in line, pay your dues, and wait your turn like everybody does. You hear people all the time say, "Oh, I'm an immigrant. My parents were immigrants." Well, did they come illegally? Well, no. Come on. Seriously? Let's get together, people. Let's do this the right way. Protesting in the street, saying F the president, and wearing flags around your body that has nothing to do with our country, go back. That's all I'm saying.
Well, turning now to thousands of anti-ICE protesters taking the streets in downtown LA.
They marched onto the freeway and blocked traffic on the 101, speaking out against President Trump's immigration policies. KCAL News reporter Amanda Sorrentino live still in downtown where protesters are faced off with law enforcement through the night. Amanda?
Good evening. Well, parades of people have been protesting from the morning well into the evening, some still going now. And you can see LAPD still behind us here. They have blocked off the Main Street Bridge here, and they continue to move their skirmish line through the area, trying to push people out. About 6 p.m. this evening, police declared this an unlawful assembly, and since then they've been working to get people to disperse out of this area. We still have CHP and LAPD choppers ahead watching where these protesters are going as they continue to make their way through downtown LA, sharing their strong message against President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration. Thousands of people took to the streets of downtown LA protesting President Donald Trump's illegal immigration policies. The demonstration started on Olvera Street with a march to City Hall early Sunday afternoon. LAPD ordered multiple street closures in the area.
Now, I got to point out that a lot of these people have the Mexico flag, which the people that they're protesting for aren't even from Mexico. Most of them are from Honduras or Belize or somewhere else across the country, or somewhere else across the world. And to use the Mexican flag, which pisses my wife off because she's born and raised in Mexico and she loves her country. And she decided to marry me, and that's why she came over here. But to disgrace the Mexican flag like that, protesting for people that aren't even from that country, that's a disgrace to Mexico. That's a shameful act. And you guys need to stop that.
As the moving protests grew in size. It eventually shut down the 101 as demonstrators took their rally to the freeway. With Mexican and Central American flags waving, signs referencing the president's stance on immigration, explosions of fireworks, and chants of Si Se Puede, their message loud and clear against the president's promise of mass deportation.
We're not criminals. We just want to work. A lot of people just want to work. We all want to survive.
So then why are you standing in the middle of the street with Mexican flags protesting to stay here in the United States of America? If you want to work so bad, you're already here. It looks like you're a citizen. You speak perfect English. So go to work and stop the bullshit. Stop the nonsense. There's no reason for you to be doing this. Go to work. You cannot help people get jobs that want to be on food stamps, on welfare. It's what they deem to be the right thing for them to do, and that's to live off of taxpayers. I think that you should just zip your mouth and go to work like everybody else has to do. So if you are trying to stick up for people that immigration is not going to touch.
For my people. I'm out here to be the voice for the people that have been silenced out of fear. I'm out here to keep pushing.
And as this protest goes into the evening hours, traffic completely gridlocked on surface streets right alongside the 101 as thousands of protesters take over the Main Street Bridge downtown.
This really hurts. Like, seeing everybody go through this thing, like, I have family members, I got friends that have to go through all this stuff, and it just hurts.
Well, I'm sorry that you have family members that are doing rugs in our country, that are bringing rugs to our country, that are kidnapping our children, and that are thugs out on the street, robbers, taking advantage of people, stealing people's things. That isn't our problem that your people, your family members, do stuff like that, because those are the people that are being deported, gang members, bad people. And if you have family members like that and you're trying to stick up for them, you're crazy, because I would turn my family members in a heartbeat. I have no shame in my game. My family members, if they rob somebody, hurt somebody, or anything bad in front of me and I knew about it, I would turn them in. Boom. Period. That's it. Now this next girl that you're going to hear, she's sharp and she's true to her words, and she loves Donald Trump and she loves the country that she lives in. Check her out.
The ones that should be deported are being deported. To be honest, I'm a Latina. My family came from this country to this country legally, and I love to see rapists, human traffickers deported. I don't want to see them here. I want us to be free for all colors, for all people. Like, that's what makes America great again. So we can create, so we can live. Like, as an artist, as a musician, I want to be able to walk at night and not think that I'm going to get killed by an illegal alien. And so those are the people getting deported. Those are the people that should get deported.
We begin with this Fox News alert. President Trump has the world's attention now. He came through on a campaign promise, hitting Canada, Mexico, and China with tariffs to protect Americans from the flow of illegal immigrants and fentanyl in this country. And we can now report Mexico and Canada are leaning into Trump's art of the deal. The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, spoke to Trump and is saying she will send 10,000 Mexican military to their side of the southern border.
Now, Sheinbaum did the right thing. Do you think that Canada is going to do the right thing? I hope so, because we don't need a tariff war going on. It's not good for our country. It's not good for Canada, and it's not good for Mexico. It's not good for anybody. Personally, I don't like tariffs. I don't like tariff wars. I don't want to pay higher prices. But in order to get our country what we deserve from these other countries, what they owe us, what they should have been giving us all along. We have to go to dreadful tactics and punish people that don't want to help Americans out. We are in debt for hundreds of billions of dollars from both of these countries, and they need to start helping one way or the other. If they can't afford to pay, then they got to use their military, because both countries have military, and they got to make an agreement to help us out, at least stop the flow of rogues and bad people coming into our country. I think that's a good thing. But enough said from me. I'm Wayne, and I'll talk to you on the next one.
That's meant to assist with the border crisis left behind by the Biden-Harris administration. Trump says they agreed to pause any tariffs for 30 days. I'm Harris Faulkner. You are in the Faulkner Focus. The president also just spoke with Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and we'll talk with him again today in a few hours. Senior White House correspondent Peter Doocy. Peter, a lot of movement today.
Just in the last few minutes, Harris, we found out how much it costs to get rid of a 25% tariff for a month. The cost is 10,000 Mexican troops, and President Trump himself just went live confirming this. He's saying, I just spoke with President Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. It was a very friendly conversation wherein she agreed to immediately supply 10,000 Mexican soldiers on the border separating Mexico and the United States. These soldiers will be specifically designated to stop the flow of fentanyl and illegal migrants into our country. We further agreed to immediately pause the anticipated tariff for 1 month, during which we will have negotiations headed by Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, and Secretary of Commerce Howard Lutnick, and high-level representatives from Mexico. I look forward to participating in those negotiations with President Sheinbaum as we attempt to achieve a deal between our two countries. And the president deployed some of his economic advisors to the shows this morning to explain that this wasn't about punishing consumers, it was about something else.